my maidenhood! Jesus Christ, what the frick? Hi everyone, this is Jen here with a new episode of Let's Play Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club. Oh gosh, last time we ran into a whole bunch of different Normal Boots guys. We ran into JonTron, ran into Satchbag, we had a sort of run-in with PBG, and we're gonna continue on with day 2. Anyway. Throat coat tea. The fennel makes it hard to swallow. Okay. Let's do this. Hey, I forgot something back at the dorm. Oh, need help? No, I'm totally okay. I'm just going to go get it. I'll see you later though, right?
See you later.
Okay, see you in class. I waved and I sprinted off in the direction of the dorms. Alone again, I crossed my arms and headed back to Poppy Hall. Large groups of 7 or 8 people were lying out in the sun, playing catch and eating lunch on the lawn. I can read. It looked like fun to have so many friends like that. I smiled. Maybe this new school really would be better than my last. Without students inside of it, Poppy Hall looked a bit like an abandoned hospital. My footsteps echoed as I climbed the stairs to the 4th floor. There was nothing to do. I didn't even have a book to read. I sighed. I should have brought it when I had the chance. Yeah, we didn't bring Satch's book with us, but we got 5 tournament points. Look at that. Just from not bringing the book. Again, I'll explain that when those actually come into play. But, yeah. Into the class. I stepped into the classroom and saw a flash of movement by the window. A boy sat on the windowsill, and he jerked up when I came in. Oh, I wonder who this is! He was silhouetted by the afternoon sunshine, so I couldn't quite tell who he was. Hello, I'm sorry. Did I bother you? The boy stood and shook his head, then crossed to a desk on the opposite side of the room. As he passed, I was able to see him clearly. Another Normal Boots jacket? This guy, he was Shane from the Normal Boot... Did you know? This is Shane from the Normal Boots Club. How on earth did this keep happening to me? Shane sat down at his desk, fidgeted with his hands a little, then turned to look at me. Oh gosh, I have to do an English accent. Oh no! You're... the new girl. I don't know where you're from. I feel sorry for your accent that I'm going to be abusing. I nodded. My name is Hana. It's nice to meet you. He nodded. Shane. He's gonna sound Australian! Gosh darn it! Silence filled the space between us. Panic built up inside me. This is my chance to get in with the Normal Boots Club, and I was blowing it. I sat down at my desk, filled my hands. There was nothing for it. I had to try to make conversation. Shane looked at me, unsmiling. You're part of the Normal Boots Club? Yes, I am. Why? He's sounding more Californian, too. Ah, oh, dang it. Awful accents. Let's just try to get into it. Cheerio, chim chiri, all that, what? Oh, I just saw your jacket, so... I trailed off. The jackets are really cool.
Okay.
Yes, they are. Silence again. That sounded better. He seemed skeptical, as if he expected me to crawl out of my skin and reveal myself to be a large, amphibious reptile. I had to do something. Who knew when another chance like this would come? But Shane didn't seem friendly. In fact, he seemed downright suspicious. Surely he wasn't on to me already. Maybe it was better not to risk it. Here we go. This is probably the start of the most difficult route that you could go to for Asagao Academy. Shane's route, if you get one thing wrong, you'll get the bad ending or won't even end up dating him at all. In order to get him on your list, you have to continue to try to talk to him. And I understand that. Introverts, deep down inside, they don't like to be ignored. They just choose to be ignored sometimes. This is one of those moments where he's, like, slightly interested. So try talking to him. So you play you play games then? Shane looked over at me. I've always been interested in video games, but I didn't get to play them much growing up. They're really expensive and my dad couldn't afford them, but I used to go over to my friend's house to play there. Shane didn't respond. Now what? I was out of stuff to say! What did you play?
What?
What? Oh, Mario Kart! Mario Kart. Copyright. We'd go into battle mode on the triple deck. He would drive around by himself on the top level and I'd try to booby-trap the lowest level. There's a good spot next to the ramp. I'd wait there till my mom came racing around the ramp to find me. Then I'd smash her with a red shell. Shane's angry stare faded. He was smiling. Sort of. He made the whole room seem 10 shades brighter. Or maybe I was more relaxed. Your mom must have been mad. She was, but she always let me do it. Perhaps on purpose. Did your mom... A door slid open. Mimi and her friends, a couple of chattering girls, entered the classroom. They stopped and stared from me to Shane. It was clear they thought they were interrupting something, even though we were sitting on opposite ends of the room. Sorry. No, it's fine. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy that they caught me talking to the Shane of Normal Boots Club. The girls went into their desks and sat down. What were you? Oh, Shane's gone Shane-dere again. Shane was staring at me again, an odd, hurt look on his face. Sorry. I immediately felt like I was caught doing something I wasn't supposed to. Did he know what I was trying to do? I mean, it wasn't like I didn't want to talk to him. He was an interesting guy. It's not like I only talked to him because he was in normal boots. But he turned, pulled out a notebook and some pens and scribbled away, thoroughly ignoring me. The air was stuffy. I tugged at the collar of my shirt, sweating. The girls kept looking over their shoulders as if they were expecting something. I smiled hesitantly at them. They smiled back, then started a conversation amongst themselves. The atmosphere was broken. I heaved a sigh of relief. What was up with these normal boots guys? John was really nice when I spoke with him, but PBG and Shane seemed to hate me. Were they anything... Disgusting throat noises. Okay. They were anything but normal. I waited for Mai to come to class, wanting desperately to tell her what happened. But when the bell rang and Miss Shizuka started teaching, Mai still hadn't come. Class came and went. The bell rang, and I was alone. Hang on. Am I actually recording? It's one of those things. Yes. Okay, good. I was just making sure. Sorry. Okay, I was alone. PBG stared at me for the entirety of the class period, his face growing more and more menacing by the minute. How his face wasn't stuck in a perma-frown, I would never know. Shane and John didn't bother talking to me as they left the classroom, and the other students paired up around me. Hey, Mimi, would you like to engage in casual discourse this evening? Yeah, of course. But why are you talking like that? Oh, Kazuku, you got a secret. I gathered up my things and headed to the dorm. With a sigh, I unlocked the door to my dorm room. As soon as the door opened, I heard... Hana! Hana! What? Mai and I lay in a heap on the floor. I'm so glad you're back! She wrapped her arms around my head and nuzzled me. Whoa. What are you doing? Come and look, look. She got off me and helped me to my feet. Without Mai's face filling up my vision, I saw something had changed. Oh my goodness. The dorm room looked nothing like it had before. Yes, it does. It looks exactly the same. The posters and fairy lights were still up, but now the window had light pink curtains on it that cast a warm haze around the room. A brand new white carpet was on the floor. Pillows were piled high in a mountain on the top bunk on the bunk bed. Even our chairs had been replaced with new, cushy leather ones. What happened here? Sorry I didn't tell you, but I wanted to surprise you. I thought this would come in yesterday, but it was delayed by a day. Oops. Okay. I'm trying to... Okay, I wanted to set it up to be a big surprise. I was making sure I didn't skip any dialogue. Sorry, guys. I'm still not done yet, though. She gestured to some small potted plants arranged in neat rows on her desk. Want to help?
Yeah.
Do I ever? Yay! We finished setting the room up, switching a few objects here and there, in order to better facilitate the feng shui, which Mai told me was excruciatingly important. She especially wanted to make sure our room was filled with reds and pinks and coupled items, though for what purpose I wasn't sure. She wants to ship you with someone so freaking bad. We collapsed with heavy sighs on the floor, then heaved great big yawns. That is a phone ringing. I'll be back. Hold on a second. Okay, I'll just take off maybe a minute or two. Okay. Great big yawns. Click. It's not even the end of the day yet, and I'm so tired. Me too. Wait! She shot up suddenly with a jolt. We should get some ice cream!
Really?
Ice cream? Really?
Yeah!
Yeah! Something to celebrate being roommates! The ice cream here on campus is genuinely good, I promise.
I don't know.
I don't know. And I'm paying. Well, if that's the case, you made an offer I can't refuse. I'm poor. Sweet! Let's go! Hold on. Want to drink most of this before it gets cold. The school shop was in a side building off the cafeteria, packed with instant noodles and giant bottles of soda. Students wandered the aisles aimlessly, clearly here more to spend time than money. Mai paid the cashier, and we grabbed our ice cream cones. Mine the one covered in sprinkles. Whoa, this is delicious.
Yeah.
Isn't it? We're lucky to have such good food on campus. This place would be awful if we didn't. I nodded, and I was about to respond when I noticed a commotion outside. Ooh, let's see what's going on. Mai grabbed my arm and dragged me outside. There, 3 boys wearing normal boots jackets were shouting at each other, each of their faces turning purple. This again?
What?
What are you talking about?
Mamma mia!
With the Mamma Mia, I'm sorry. Oh man, okay. Okay, continue. I don't know what your voices sound like that well. I've only seen maybe 1 or 2 of your videos. I'm sorry. Okay. But with the whole Mamma Mia, I'm clearly the one who possesses the proper masculine form. Yeah, right. I'm taller than you, and more attractive to boot. Come on, guys. Can you not see these muscles? Nick pulled back the sleeve of his jacket and flexed his arm. These guys always go on about weird stuff like this. They're very energetic. Oh yeah? Josh got into the downward-facing dog yoga pose and grinned. Look at this butt. Just look at this. What I don't understand is why they don't just ask Jared. Oh yeah? Paul kneeled low to the ground, then took off in a sprint, heading straight for us.
Yeah!
Check this out! He sprang into the air in a graceful ballerina's leap, spinning through the sky, and finally came straight for me? Ooh. When I opened my eyes, I was sprawled flat on the ground, covered in dirt. Something cold and wet oozed into the top of my blouse. Hana, are you okay? I sat up. Chunks of ice cream fell from my blouse to my skirt. What happened? You ran into someone, you idiot. My uniform. It's ruined. For a few seconds, silence. Then snickers rippled around me like the whining of cicadas. My throat closed up, water stinging my eyes. No. Not this. Not again. I stood up, prepared to walk away with dignity, when the entirety of the Normal Boots Club suddenly appeared in front of my face.
What's up?
What happened here? Seriously? Tears slid down my face. No, not here. I didn't want to cry in front of them.
Hey.
Hana, are you alright? Dude. Sorry. I'm going home. Hana. Wait, Hana. It's fine. I just want to be alone for now. Oh gosh, I'm going too into character. My eyes are watering. It took all my will not to run back to the dorm. Pepper, are you going to be in this room or not? Sorry, dog. I have the door open so that way he doesn't freak out that he's alone. So, okay, took all my will not to run back to the dorm. I immediately changed into my pajamas and climbed into bed, reaching for my stuffed rabbit. What am I gonna do if this ends up just like last time? Mr. Bunny stared at me with his big, lifeless eyes. I squished him into my chest, losing myself in his soft fur. The door opened with a soft click. Hana, are you okay? I rolled over in bed to face the wall, pretending to be asleep. Mai stood in the center of the room for a while, looking at me. Finally, she sat down at her desk and began to work on something. The sound of pencils scratching against paper stilled my mind. I don't know how many hours passed, but eventually I fell asleep. So you had a bad day. Okay, day 3. I got 10 tournament points already. Oh. Dear Diary, after what happened last night, I don't want to even think about what'll happen today. I'm trying to stay positive, but... Okay. I woke up to my alarm beeping, feeling only dread of the hours to come. After the nightmare that was the ice cream incident yesterday, I never wanted to take another step outside of my room. I curled up inside of my blankets as my alarm went off. It was only the second day of school, and I felt the same as I did every morning at home. Mai, of course, was already up, and I could hear her hair straightener clap shut every few seconds from across the room. I felt bad about letting the alarm go off for so long, so I slid my hand out of the covers to switch it off. Hana? Hana, get up, sleepyhead! I know you're awake! I didn't even have time to poke my head out before Mai's body slammed into the edge of my mattress, bouncing me up. She jumped from almost halfway across the room. Morning! Ha! You can't hide from Mai! Sorry. I was breathless and I paused to calm my heart before speaking again. Are you worried about what happened yesterday? No one cares about it, Hana. I almost forgot about it myself. She must have seen my face. She brought an arm around my shoulders and pulled me closer to her. For real though, we're gonna go to class and no one's even gonna mention that you made a huge fool of yourself yesterday. You could have put that better. I'm kidding. It might have been a big scene, but it totally wasn't your fault. It was Paul, alright? When you jump, you have to calculate your trajectory, like I just did now. He could learn a lot from a master like me. Get dressed and cheer up. I could bottle your gloom and sell it to a wizard. And what And what if he used it for evil? I can't keep using your phrases for the opening of each one of these videos. It's going to be too much. You can't let that happen, Hana. Her smile was wide enough to bridge a gap between continents. The beginnings of tears pricked the back of my eyes, but this time they were for a different reason. I opened my closet and tried to avoid looking at the sad lump of clothing inside, slathered with dried-up ice cream. I only had 2 uniforms, which cost my dad an entire month's salary. If I wasn't able to get the stain out of this uniform, what would I do? Sighing, I took my second uniform off its hanger and slipped it on as Mai waited impatiently for me. Ready to go? I guess so.
Yeah!
Good! To class! Just as Mai said, no one paid any special attention to me. Well, there were a few odd looks here and there, but nothing nearly as bad as what I was expecting. As the lecture went on, my anxiety, for the most part, faded. I took into staring out the window to avoid eye contact. The boys were out on the field playing soccer. Wait, was that PPG? I scooted closer, trying to get a better look. Hana. At the sound of my name, I leapt to attention. If there's something more interesting outside than samurai death battles, please feel free to enlighten us. You came here to learn, not to contemplate the scenery. Yes, Miss Shizuka. I'm sorry. She turned back to the chalkboard and continued her lecture as if nothing happened. What the heck, Youngtown? Okay. A few desks in front of me, a guy sitting next to Brutal Moose turned around and gave me a flashy thumbs up. I made a face at him, unsure what he exactly expected me to do. Then Ian turned around and socked him on the head. The other guy mumbled something to him, probably apologizing. Ian's eyes slid to me for a brief instant. Then he looked away. Okay. Hidden Block Crew is also a hidden route, so that's kind of fun. Were they looking at me because of what happened yesterday, or was there some other reason? I shook my head. There wasn't time for this. I had work to do if I wanted to keep my scholarship. After pages and pages of notes on Japanese history, it was nearly time for lunch. Okay, everyone is almost free to go. The work tonight isn't too hard, so don't grumble. You should work together to complete it if you have a hard time. Also, as you may be aware, the Flower Festival is coming up in a week and a half. This news was met with a few cheers as everyone started to pack up. Since you had the day of the festival off, our first exam will be the day before. There were no cheers this time. Romance is wonderful, believe me, I know, but try not to let the festival distract you, okay? That is all. See you tomorrow. Miss Shizuka flashed a peace sign and winked as she walked out the door. What a weird teacher. I know. I can't keep a consistent voice for her either. Tea's getting cold. Oh, the licorice is horrible. Okay. That lecture was so boring. Mai walked beside me, a tray in her hands. We were shuffling through the cafeteria trying to find a seat. Didn't you say that yesterday? Probably, but it's true for today too. Hana, help me. I'm gonna die of boredom. We have an assignment to keep us busy, Mai.
What?
We already have work to do? How did you not hear that? Mai sighed dramatically, then leaned to the side and rested her head in the crook of my neck. I reached to pat her head a few times, but she straightened before I could do it. Oh gosh, Hana. Paul's walking over here. He's looking at you. Does he look angry at you? Why is he coming over here? Do you think he's going to kick you again? The same Paul who humiliated me last night strode towards me. I instinctively backed away, but he kept coming closer. I'm glad I found you. He didn't look angry at me. In fact, he was giving me an odd, lopsided smile. I wanted to make sure you weren't hurt or anything. You ran off before I could properly apologize. I looked down at my feet. It was embarrassing enough that I ran off crying like a little girl, but to know that I made him feel bad was even worse. At the same time, the image of my ruined uniform popped into my mind. I couldn't tell whether I was more angry or embarrassed, or whether I was feeling something else entirely. I got you pretty bad, didn't I? I think I ballerina-ed too hard. He tilted his head to the side. It's a shame you're not wearing that uniform from yesterday. I like the pink splotches on you. Matched your hair. A deep, sick feeling crawled up from my stomach to sit in my throat. My dumb, stupid hair everywhere I went. People made fun of it. He's not exactly making fun of you. If anything, it's a light teasing. Which means he likes you. I thought the normal boots guys were different, but he was trying to apologize. How could he say something like that to me? Not for the first time I thought of dyeing it a different color, but quickly dismissed it. Paul was waiting for a response, Mai giving me a quick nod as if warning me not to mess this up. I mustered up my best smile, hoping it was at least somewhat convincing. It's okay. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I'm more than happy to pay for the dry cleaning. Josh and Nick and I were feeling really bad about everything. We never made a girl cry before. Well, not by physically injuring her, I guess. Thank you, but I was just going to scrub it in the sink. Dad and I could never afford things like dry cleaners, so I was surprisingly good at hand washing things. That thing's gonna need more than just hot water and soap. Trust me. Tell you what, I have a friend who's natural at that kind of stuff. I'll ask her to get the stain out for you. Just meet me later and bring your uniform, okay? I'll try not to kick you this time. Without giving me time to say yes or no, he nodded and turned to leave. He spun quickly back around. I flinched. Are you and, Mai, right? Do you guys have a table? The cafeteria is pretty full now. You can sit with us if you want. Just for today. Yes! Yes, we will go! Right, Hana? Lunch? With the Normal Boots Club? Maybe I really could become friends with them. And then no one would bother me again. Not about my hair or the ice cream incident. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Alright.
Alright, follow me, ladies. Ladies. He led us to the middle of the cafeteria where the Normal Boots Club sat with a table all to itself. Hey, you found her! You're Hana, right? I think that these guys are gonna sound pretty similar. Again. I nodded, blushing as I took the seat at the edge of the table next to Paul. Mai forced herself between Jared and PBG. Her eyes were only a few sparkles away from forming huge hearts. Real subtle. So, Hana, I saw that you were upset and were all worried. Were you feeling better? No, are you feeling better? PBG looked at me, clearly concerned. My heart was beating hard against my chest, but I wasn't sure whether it was because I was nervous or because the sad look in his face made me want to give him a hug. Or maybe it was because I was about 2 inches away from Paul and only an arm's length away from all the other guys. As I tried valiantly to open my mouth, whispers spread around the lunchroom. Look at those girls over there. Who do they think they are? How come they get to sit there all... And mine too. Mine too. No one's getting that reference, Equestria girls. But, yeah. Snooty girls all sound the same. I wish Senpai would notice May. Main characters get all the luck. Suddenly my thoughts turned dark. Could it be that by getting closer to these guys, I was setting myself up as a target instead of getting protection? My thoughts spun in my head. I was suffocating. PBG was still looking at me, even more worried than before. I'm fine. Thanks for your concern. Please, don't feel bad. It was my fault for getting in the way. I'm sorry for causing such a scene. I should have controlled myself better. I hung my head. I wasn't sure how to act around these guys, so I defaulted to extremely polite. My father would have been proud. Hana, don't apologize. It was Paul's fault. Right, Polly? Nick shoved Paul, who looked exasperated. I apologized as best I could, Nick. Give me a break. It was a relief that PBG wasn't staring at me anymore. Almost no one else was paying me or any attention. Shane, however, was still shooting me quick, suspicious glances. It was almost like he didn't want me there. I felt uncomfortable.
Hey, Hana.
Oh gosh, Gerard. Okay, let me try this. Hey, Hana. How do you like it here so far, Hana? Good. How about you? Something shifted, sorry. I mean, I like it here? Thank you! Gerard smiled at me, then turned away. I picked up my food. The guys were all wrapped up in their own conversations, and Mai was busy preventing hyperventilation from being so close to Jared. I can feel his body heat! Oh dear.
Hey.
You doing okay, Hana? A smiling Satch turned to me. I know it can be overwhelming. You're fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Thank you. I winced. Sorry, I can be a bit of a wallflower. No need to apologize. I'm sure we've all been wallflowers before. But that reminds me, the flower festival. He turned to the other group, turned to the group, addressing them all as if on cue. They all suddenly turned to pay him attention. Who are you all taking this year? Right, the flower festival. Miss Shizuka mentioned it before. Speedy, why are you meowing? Go, shoot. What is the flower festival? No one's explained it to me yet.
Well...
It's basically just a festival. Don't you have those at your old school? We did have festivals at my old school, but they were basically just 40 kids grouped into one room sharing snacks they brought from home. Well, we had something kind of like them, but I stopped going.
Really?
Aw, why not? They're so fun! I didn't really want to answer. There was no way I could say, well, my friends turned on me, so when I went, people pretended I didn't exist. See, there is like some dark stuff going on in her past. But Mai was waiting for an answer and everyone was looking at me. I'm just... not into that stuff, I guess. Oh, well, maybe you'll like this one more. The flower festival happens all over Japan this time of year, but it's a real big in Higanbana. That's the town right next to Asagao. There's apparently some kind of myth about flowers that's somewhat important. Supposedly the founder of Higanbana was an old man who got lost in mountains and almost died of thirst. This flower spirit came to him and offered to help him in return for his vow to protect her home. He agreed, and she drained herself of her water so he could drink. The man found Higanbana to watch over the meadow in which he met the flower. In some versions of the myth, the man and the flower spirit fell in love. It's truly romantic festival. One may hope to find someone with which to make a vow of eternal love, just as a man and the spirit did, and to live on to protect the one they love. Jared winked and Mai swooned. So, during the day of the flower festival, there's a lot of stalls set up, and you can go play games and eat food or go flower viewing. Then at night, there's a special meadow over by the temple where you can go watch the flowers, and there's a bonfire and dancing. It's a lot of fun. We look forward to it every year. Asagao sends paper flowers in the little booth to raise money for the school, too. So there's usually a big volunteer drive beforehand for people who are good at origami. Origami? I'm good at origami.
Really?
Really? Shane is too. Maybe you should work together. Oh gosh. Shane gave a tight-lipped smile. Somehow I didn't think that would be happening.
Hey.
Hey, speaking of, I swear you rejected 10 girls last festival season. I mean, that's nothing compared to me, naturally. But there were so many girls with broken hearts. Even I couldn't mend them all. You still hung up on your English girlfriend?
What?
Oh no, he did not just touch on an uncomfortable subject. Get out. Shane flinched, visibly taken aback. Then he shrugged. I don't talk to her anymore. Oh, Shane, I just want you to be happy, that's all. He wiped away a fake tear. Shane grimaced. How great would it be if someone asked me? Maybe even if one of the normal boots guys did? Nah, I doubted that would ever happen. Okay, that's just me hitting the desk, sorry. They were only letting me sit there because they physically assaulted me. I sighed and cut my beefcake with the plastic knife. So, any girls in mind, fellows? Beside me, Mai shifted nervously. Her eyes kept flicking from Jared to her french fries. She looked like a child who stole several cookies. Jared spread out his arms and raised an eyebrow, a god waiting for answers to fall into his lap. I'm thinking on going solo this year, to be honest. Yeah. Same. Man, you guys are boring. You aren't much better, man. I'm on another level compared to you guys. I've already got my choice picked out. There was quite cluttering next to me. Mai had dropped her fork. Yeah, I'm sure you have. It'll probably be a new choice tomorrow. Jared flipped his hair with his hand. You know me so well. There's only so much time to make so many different girls' dreams come true. Oh my gosh, Jared is such a Tamaki. I keep saying that he's a Tamaki Suo, and it's true. I must find the one who is most in need. So it's not even about which one you like, huh? Nope. And you make fun of me. Just then the warning bell rang. It was time to head back to class. As everyone got up to toss their trays, I stood up and, overwhelmed with a sudden burst of feeling, shouted, "Thank you for letting me and Mai eat lunch with you today. I really appreciate it." Yeah, thanks. Hana was having a terrible day, and you guys cheered her right up. So, see you guys again tomorrow? Same time? I think this is also like a really good moment to end for today. Wow. Cliffhanger hanging from a cliff, and that's why they call it cliffhanger. No one got that reference either. Anyway, this does seem like a really good point to end off. Mai just landed a bombshell of a question. We got to talk to Shane, and we got to, like, meet freaking Gerard for the first time. Got to see Youngtown in the background. It was good. Saw good. And basically had an embarrassing moment with the Continue guys. So that's the thing all on its own self. I'm still not quite sure how you do a route with 3 of those guys. I'm really concerned. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Jen. Thank you so much for watching Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want for more. Also be sure to check out the links in the video description below and see other videos on this channel that you may like. And I'll see you all next time.